Trained by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night.
Kevin
Cortez.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, Sunday.
It's going good. It's how we start off our Sundays with some Grey Goose and our, lattes, pumpkin spice lattes to be exact.
I started off with kombucha.
Hell
organic.
Yeah.
Anyway, how old are you?
I am 23 years old.
Oh, yeah. I think when I was 23 years old, I was starting off with Goose. But probably not Goose. It's probably like well vodka.
Hell yeah. I recently started taking Belvedere as well on instead of Grey Goose.
I like how you said I've recently started taking it.
Like started drinking it.
It's a medication.
No, it's a more expensive vodka.
What's your deal with expensive vodka? Did you get hangovers?
No, I don't know.
You
Our
bougie?
manager was
Bougie,
like,
baby?
our manager told me just try Belvedere. It's gonna change your life, and yeah,
He was right.
yeah, she was right
She
actually.
was right.
Yeah,
I don't-
Code Black Management.
So I've never understood the differences in vodka. I mean, I had it one time in the Brita filter. Like they took some like well vodka and put it in a Brita filter, and that right there I could actually tell the difference in. But when it just comes to like regular vodka, it's just poison.
See, well, I drink mine's neat, so I think you can kind of tell the difference there.
You do what?
I just drink mine's neat.
Well, you actually didn't just drink it neat.
Well, it's because I have a latte here. You need to give a little kick to your latte.
So the first time I saw you, you guys were doing, was it like a graduation project or something at the bar?
No, it was a rock band at UNO, and it's something I just did every semester before I dropped out of UNO.
And that was like your final project or something for the semester?
Yeah, it was my freshman year of college, first semester.
You're a freshman then?
Yeah,
Don't tell me that because you weren't supposed to be in this bar.
yeah.
He wasn't a freshman. He was actually 21.
I was a
been here forever.
21-year-old freshman, but
So what did you just decided to take rock band because you were interested in music, or you interested in actually creating a band, or like how did that get?
a little bit of everything. I just like playing guitar a lot. I mean, the moment I turned 18, I was like, I gotta start a band. I gotta start a band.
And what was the obsession with the guitar? Like why not other instruments?
Well, I have a lot of obsessions with instruments. I am also a trombone player. I actually even played in the orchestra for a little while, but guitar was cool. Watching Dave Mustaine and John
Mhm.
Five and all these guitarists play. I was like, yeah, that dude, he's 100% getting laid. And I was like, I need to do that.
Dude, isn't it crazy what guys will do just to get laid?
Yeah.
So here's something I've been looking at here recently. It's drummers. Like I've always been fascinated with guitar players, right? But I never really got fascinated with drummers until I saw the guy from oh my gosh, is it what's the one with the masks? Is it Skillet? No, what is that? Slipknot, yeah. The drummer from Slipknot, like the original drummer.
Yeah, Joey Jordanson.
Bro, that is the most mind-blowing shit I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't even understand. The guy is there's a video online somewhere of it, and I might find it and try to post it on here. Who knows? But he's drumming and he's trying to talk to somebody off stage as he's drumming, and then he's standing up in the performance. It's just insane, man. Like my brain can't even fathom that.
Yeah, man, those limbs, they're going everywhere.
Yeah, you ever drummed?
Yeah, actually tried drumming for this band called Fucked in the Head for a little bit. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Nah.
They're another
Local
New Orleans
band?
punk band, and
Nice.
unfortunately they broke up. But for a little while, I was in that garage of theirs, drumming away.
Does that happen often in New Orleans? These bands breaking up?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when Code Black started, there was a bunch of bands, and I think there's like 2 of those bands that are still around that from our era. I guess when we started.
Oh, she's managing that many bands?
No, like just bands in general. Like
You say Code Black. Is that the name of your band?
yeah,
Okay, I thought that was the name of the management company.
no.
What did you say a while ago with that?
Oh, we have a manager. Code Black has a manager.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that her company was Code Black.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys have music you released and stuff yet?
Yeah. We released Mr. Anarchy last August.
Dude, how unprofessional am I? I didn't listen to any of your shit before we got on here. I thought you guys were like a new band.
No, dude. We actually debuted our first show here. We played a open mic.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Why didn't you tell me?
Told you on Instagram, dude.
Yeah, well, most of the time when shit gets me on Instagram, it goes in one ear and out the other. You have to be like, dude, we're gonna perform tonight. It's gonna be our debut, and I would be here and I would actually record it.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you didn't come though, because we low key kind of sucked back in the day. I think we were just playing like 10-minute solos and trying to be cool.
Well, I mean, that actually brings up a great point though, that you got started. I think a lot of people, they fear that they're going to suck, so they never get started.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that whenever you were creating music?
Um, I don't know. I was never really scared of like not playing or playing. Even when I don't know, I started off in marching band and classical trombone, and I was always used to just the crowd, the
Mhm.
families and stuff, playing, coming to the concerts and stuff. So when I first started playing, in my own band and my own projects, kind of became like a man. I need more people here. 30 isn't enough. I need 1,000.
Yeah, dude, I can only imagine the rush you get off the people that are there, especially when you get to huge crowds. I remember seeing you the night that you guys did the rock band thing, and you can just tell when some people are, I guess, whenever they're like totally encapsulated by whatever they're doing. And that was what I noticed about you. Whenever I saw you, you did a solo that night on the guitar, and you were just like you were there, dude, and everyone was like in there with you. They were all in the pocket with you.
Yeah, you got to practice that in the mirror a lot. Whenever you're soloing, you got to have the right stands. If you don't put your foot in the right position, the right way, that note isn't going to sound right.
Oh, it affects the notes. I thought you were just talking about like the performance aspect of it.
Well, it's got to do with everything. The way you stand, the way you act, off stage, on stage, and stuff. All of that, affects the way you play.
Yeah. Yeah, there was whenever Metallica was auditioning their bass player. Yeah, I remember seeing the audition tape of it, and he's basically like, "I'm going to play this song," and they're like, "You're going to play that song?" And it was like one of the really fast ones or the hard ones. And just watching him play, like he could have stood there and just hit the notes, but no, he was like the character that's going to be on stage, and they were like, "This is our guy."
Yeah, I mean, you gotta practice like that too. Like some people they practice sitting down. Nothing wrong with them. I'm not shitting on them or anything, but I mean, if you're gonna be performing it on stage, you better start headbanging while performing it and stuff. While practicing it, you better like be jumping around and stuff because you can't just practice things sitting down and then get on stage and expect it to come out the same way when you're jumping around and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they used to tell us when we played basketball too. Is practice like you play, and it's so true. Like if you go hard in practice, you're going to go hard in the game. But if you piss off in practice, you're not going to be good in the games.
Hell yeah.
What so you never had any stage fright or anything? Dude,
No.
I did. It's like I don't play music, but I act. And the first few times that I auditioned, it was like a nightmare for me. And I don't know why I kept doing it. For some reason, I was like driven to do it, but I was like, I fucking hate this. But it's like when you get on set, it's fun. But when you're auditioning, it sucks. And then also musical theater. I did a couple of musical theater things, and it was just overcoming that stage fright was a big one for me. But the more that I did it, the more repetitions I put in, the more that I saw that it went away.
And then you just start get excited about it too after a certain while.
Yeah, I think that's skill proficiency. Like, and for you, you might have always been proficient in your skills. So that might be why you never really got any animosity when you're like in stage or on stage. But for me, like whenever I very first started out acting, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I've never been in front of a camera, never acted at all. So I'm just here kind of like floundering in the wind, being judged by these people that they don't know who I am either. So I mean, for me, it was whenever I got to that like level of skill proficiency was whenever my nerves went away. Now it's just kind of like every day.
For a little bit, I think for like a month, I had that when I was auditioning for on trombone for a few colleges, and I was remember telling one of my professors like, "Hey, man, I'm like kind of nervous," and he just kind of was like, "Look, man, it's like either you got it or you don't, and it's like,
I
do
don't
you
like
got it?"
that.
It's like, yeah, I got it, sir," and he's just like, "And what the hell are you nervous about?" It's like,
I guess that's a good motivation, but I mean, he probably meant like either you got it or you don't today, right? Like either you come in and you know your
yeah.
stuff and you're gonna like knock it out of the park. But it's kind of if you take that long term, that kind of sucks. It kind of could be a deterrent for people, right?
No, I mean, it just depends on your mindset of it. If you practice something hard enough and you want to perform it for people, you should, want to be like wanting to show it off. You shouldn't be like, oh God, I'm nervous. What if like I mess up? It's like, nah, man, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna show everybody how it is.
Yeah, I think and once you put the work in, yeah, once you've actually put the work in and stuff, that's when you really get to show out. I see the same thing with the podcast. Like there's so many people that want to start a podcast, but whenever I sit down and actually tell them like all the stuff you got to do to get it going, it's just like, no, never mind. I don't want to put the work in to do that. So, I mean, I think everything in life, it's all work, man. All of it. You can't be lazy.
Right. Exactly.
So you reached out to the people on, I guess that follow you on social medias.
Yes.
And they sent us a list of questions here. I'm going to go through a few of them that I like, that just popped out to me. One of them is, do you consider yourself a nerd? Like, what is that?
Yes, I'm a giant nerd, y'all. This is all a character, by the way.
Well, you can't tell people
I'm
that.
the biggest antisocial guy you'll ever meet. I will stick in my room. I will go fishing by myself, you know.
You just broke character, bro.
I did, but guys, another bar exclusive,
We'll bleep this out. We'll act like you're just cussing right now.
Yeah.
The whole thing's just curse words.
Yeah,
So-
one guy who can read lips is gonna have a fun time.
So I'm a very introverted person as well. And I know when a lot of people like hear me speak on the podcast or like they see me out in public, they're like, oh, this guy just must be a socialite. No, not at all, dude. I hate going out in public. I hate large groups of people. Whenever I do go out places, the only place I go is this place right here. So it's kind of nice that I have this place to socialize with people. But how do you socialize?
I don't.
Why do you think you're even human then? Because aren't humans like social creatures?
Yeah, I mean, I feel human. I mean, it's just like I'm just kind of like to myself, very reserved. Like I'll speak to my professors, and if someone speaks to me, I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Dap them off and stuff. But like for the most part, I'll just stick in my room, writing music and playing guitar, or watching, a bunch of movies.
Have you always been this way? Because I mean, I do find like a lot of younger people now, they're kind of swaying that direction. And I think some of it could have to do with social medias. What do you think about that?
I kind of always been like that. I always enjoyed watching movies, playing guitar and stuff. Like I have friends, and we'll hang out. We do some crazy shenanigans. We've been banned from PetSmart, and we've done some really stupid things together. But I mean,
How do you get banned from PetSmart?
oh, here you go. Here's a Code Black story for you.
Okay.
So our drummer's name's Cordell. I guess I should throw some context in before I tell you all this, but I'm allergic to cats, by the way. Deadly allergic. I will get hives and I will start choking. I will not be able to breathe and all these kind of different things. But I love cats. I love animals. I am a giant animal fan, and I will pet cats. I will grab raccoons from the side of the road.
Even though they'll kill you.
Straight up. I just have to make it home and take a really cold shower and take some Benadryl. But it was right before a show that we were gonna go to Guitar Center, and in Guitar Center there's a PetSmart right next door to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really care about the Guitar Center. I was like, there's just guitars, but there's hamsters over there. So I took my drummer Cordell with me. I was like, hey, we're gonna go look at the hamsters real quick, because we're punks. We can't afford the zoo. What can I say? Punks. They go to PetSmart or Petco to watch animals, do stuff, and I found out there's little kittens there, and I'm like, hey, can I pet the cats? Asked the lady. She's like, yeah, of course, my dear. And I was like, bet. We're gonna pet some cats. Our drummer, he's already like, you didn't take your allergy medicine, you didn't do any of this. Like, you're about to perform in an hour. You can't be doing this shit. And I'm trying to grab the cat, and my drummer's like, hey, his cat died, right? And which is true. My cat did get taken out by a random animal outside because he refused to go inside. He slept always outside. And I guess some animal got to him.
Respect.
And he told her that, and she kind of freaked out. And he was like, "Don't let him get near the cats." Like he was doing everything to not let me get near those cats. And that lady started freaking out, like, "Hey, stop, get away from the cats," And yeah, I was like, no, it's cool. I won't hurt the cats, But I guess the way I said it made it sound even worse. Like, it's okay. I won't hurt the cats, y'all. I won't. And he's like, no, don't let him near the cats, please. And yeah, she started freaking out, and I guess it didn't help that I was having fun with it, so I was like, nightmare to her, and Yeah, she's like, pretty much kind of told us to get the fuck out of here.
So she kicked you out just because you wanted to pet a cat?
Yeah, I was also kind of misbehaving with it too, but
Kids these days. This lady's just trying to take care of some pets, and you guys are in there messing with her.
dude, I wanted to pet the cats. What can I say?
Unbelievable. So I do like our PetSmarts here. I had to go buy caterpillars at one point in time. We were doing a movie, and the movie required caterpillars. And this is why I don't have pets, because I suck at taking care of anything, keeping things alive. Like there's even people that have given me plants before, and I'm like, dude, you might as well just keep the plant because it's not that I neglect the living things. It's just that I forget. My
You're a
mind's
busy guy.
well, it's always going like a million different places. So like this plant here, like it won't get watered for 4 or 5 weeks. Or the caterpillars that I had for the movie, yeah, they died. They didn't they wouldn't eat the spinach leaves that I gave them. And I didn't feel like going and finding anything else. So I was like, well, you either eat it or you don't.
Yeah, picky, caterpillars, natural selection.
Yeah, it could have been some GMOs on there that they were smelling, and they were like, we can't eat this. We're going to die anyway. So they just starved themselves out.
Maybe they were just beta caterpillars.
Could have been, dude. I got all the betas. Well, I mean, they were feed. I guess what they're at Petco for or whatever, because they feed lizards. So I basically bought every caterpillar in New Orleans for a month, so no lizards could eat.
Hell yeah.
That's what I do. Savage.
Hell yeah,
So, how many? You said you debuted here with Code Black a few years ago. How many venues have you guys played at since then? And what's your favorite one?
Ooh, we played pretty much every venue we could get our hands on.
I love that.
Man, my favorite one, I got a few. Like, I guess I should tell you, like in the areas, Metairie, the Twist of Lime, is the best bar in Metairie ever. The sound system is amazing. The owner, an awesome person as well. Sean, shout out to you. I love the Twist of Lime. In New Orleans, probably be Siberia. That's kind of been like a really cool spot to us. Or the Goat, R.I.P. the Goat.
Yeah, what happened there?
I think the owner just sold the bar.
Oh, so are they going to reopen or are they like closed?
I think I saw something about like a new bar. I mean, I think it's the same thing, but like different name.
Okay.
And we just recently played the Republic.
Yeah, how was
November
that?
1st. Oh man, I loved it, man. It was cool.
Was it for emo night?
No, it was the day after emo night.
Okay.
It was with our friends from Quiet as Fuck. And
Love those guys. Those are my homies.
yeah, and it was a fun time. I did the mistake of bringing a bottle of Belvedere on stage.
Dang. Boy
Guys.
didn't put his phone on silent. There's another mistake for you right there.
This is Dewey. Hold on. Hey, Dewey, I'm in a podcast right now. I'll call you back later.
Bro, what the fuck? Okay.
All right. I'll see you later, kitten. Sorry, y'all. That was my kitten.
The dead one?
No, Dewey's my kitten.
So yeah, Kauai AF, dude. I've known those guys ever since I moved to New Orleans. I'm glad they're like getting some traction and stuff. Their stuff's starting to blow up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to this to their performance at Republic this time, so I would have saw your band if I'd have been there because I was actually going to go help them film. Because Waffle, you know Waffle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Waffle was on stage. He's actually performing with them now, and he
He's
usually
bassist.
he usually films. So I was going to go and help that night, but something popped up. I can't remember what it was, but I couldn't make it.
You missed it, man. I drank an entire bottle of Belvedere on stage.
How?
I chugged it.
You're not dead?
No, man. I can handle my alcohol.
I can't.
I always take little sips, and for some reason the crowd starts chanting kill that shit, chug it, and so I chugged it. I think I have like a little ounce left, which I just could not down, so I just like chucked it at the crowd, and they started going crazy.
Yeah, on those nights right there, man, it's always packed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been on any other concerts, but I definitely I remember the nights that I went and saw Quiet AF years ago, and it was lit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's probably one of my new favorite venues as well. I hope we can play there again.
How'd you meet those guys, Quiet AF?
We actually played a show with them at UNO. There was an emo night being held there, and that's where we met them. And they were pretty cool guys.
Yeah, so they're the definition of emo in my book. Is your band emo, or are you guys like punk, or you rock?
Man, that's a hard question. Me personally, I'm the biggest emo you'll ever meet. I am in my car listening to My Chemical Romance. Like, I guess I'm like the hot topic emo, but I try not to dress like it because it kind of scares the hose away.
All black, everything. Look at
Yeah.
you right now.
But
So
yeah.
what is the definition of emo then?
I don't know.
Like you want to cut yourself?
No, I don't like self harm, but it's a way of life, man. Emo's a way of life.
Yeah, I find that every band that I ask like what genre they're in these days, it's always like a blend.
Yeah, we're a blend of just emo, jazz, punk, a little bit of everything. I mean, I want to blend some country in there as well.
Yeah, I got to go listen to music. Are you guys on Spotify?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to check it out. If it's all that stuff meshed together, that just sounds. It almost sounds obnoxious,
It is,
but in a good way.
We're a very obnoxious and loud band, and we're very unapologetic with what we do and how we act on stage, and it's awesome.
How did you meet your bandmates?
Oh, let's go some Code Black lore. I guess the co-founder, it's me and Gavin. Hey, Gavin. I met him at Rock Band actually.
Oh, okay.
Here, is where we had our performance. That was the other guitarist, and that is honestly one of my best friends ever. We started just hanging out, talking about music, and you know, it's actually funny why this band even began. We wanted to, get at some e-girls because at the time e-girls were a thing. You remember the whole Belle Delphine thing and all that.
What is that?
Belle Delphine and some hot
I'm way older than you, so I probably don't know these things.
e-girls, cat ears and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, I'm into that. Whatever.
Gamer girls.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a gamer.
So we're like, dude, we need to get e-girls. That was like how it started. And he was like, dude, how do we get e-girls? And I was like, dude, why don't we just make a punk band? I heard e-girls are totally into punk bands. And yeah. Then we met Gage, our first drummer, and Evan and Dewey and all these different guys. And we had our first show here. We used to have long practices. For a month straight, we were practicing 2 times a week for 5 hours of practice.
Where do you guys practice at?
We used to practice at UNO. But nowadays we practice at Gavin's place. He has his own studio. Code Black headquarters.
Very cool. Yeah, I find that these days with the way technology is, you really don't need that much. And especially if you're like practicing with a band, like all you really need to do is soundproof the place, right? To not annoy the neighbors.
Well, actually, we practice on a kind of empty plot of land, so we can be as loud as we want.
Interesting.
Which is awesome because we get to have that feedback and all of that, that our amps give.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, when you crank your amp, to a certain loudness, it's like it creates like its own, it creates what it's supposed to sound like.
No, I didn't know this. I don't know anything about amps.
Yeah, we use big amps. Actually, when we first debuted here, we brought 2 4x12s, which are like 2 giant amps that have no business being in here because they are so loud, and they ended up having to open the doors and stuff because of how loud we were.
I do remember that. Someone did mention that there was a band in here that was super loud. That was probably you guys.
Yep.
So what was the reason for that? Just to kind of like
shock value.
Shock value?
Yeah.
I like that. It's pretty cool. And did it work?
Yeah, I mean, we had a few friends and they kind of knew that we were going to be loud, so they brought earplugs and stuff.
Do you think that I mean, I'm sure you guys were well received that night, but you think it would have been more well received if people wouldn't have been blown out of the building?
No, that's what we wanted.
You wanted to blow people out?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, like, you don't really want people to listen to your music. You just want to annoy people?
A little bit of everything. I like, just being loud, obnoxious, we're not going to be crazy loud towards where people, lose hearing, even though we accidentally did that to someone. But we blame him. We gave him a sticker though, for his hearing loss.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That checks out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was his own fault. He sat like right in front of my cabinet. Mind you, my amp is about the same height as me. And he sat the speakers right behind him. And when we started playing, he like walked up to me and was like, hey, I can't hear out of my ear. And I was like, hey, Yeah, you'll be all right, buddy. Here's a sticker, and we never saw him again.
Oh, you know the guy?
No, but he got a free sticker though.
So you reached out to me a few weeks ago about a performance that you were wanting to do coming up, and I was kind of explaining to you like the whole economics behind the bar and like that you actually need to go to like a music venue thing. Have you started reaching out to more music venues? And did you actually find a place for your band to perform for that show?
Yeah, we are playing at Courtyard Brewery, but
Oh, I love Courtyard. Love Clay. Clay's my homie.
yeah, Clay's awesome. Really, the main reason I wanted to play here was just like the vibes.
Mhm.
As our friend from Florida named Ayo Dylan, he's the guy who wrote the Monster Energy song. Still see his girls are guys now. I don't know if you heard that on.
I haven't heard it, but I'm sure Waffle has.
Yeah, it kind of blew up. I mean, I think he's like at 80,000 followers right now.
Yeah, I did look at his profile the day you sent it to me, and he's got quite a big following.
Yeah, well,
Is he coming to town?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's one of the homies, and I was like, dude, it'd be really funny if we can just get like a bar where like people are just like packed in here, and just have people like 2 feet away from me while you're playing. I think that would be like a perfect vibe for him.
That would be dope.
So and I didn't want to hit up like the kind of the bigger venues just because like we're having a show the night before at Siberia,
Mhm.
and it's a toy drive. But sorry, I'm like burping all over the place. One of the downfalls of vodka. But
Toy Drive at Siberia.
yeah, for Children's Hospital. So we're playing the night before on the 12th, and then we're gonna have like our own show here. Actually, we're gonna be debuting a band there too called the Red Tapes.
Local band.
Yep, new local band. I went to middle school with the guy actually,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool. I was like, damn, I didn't know you could sing. And yeah,
He's really good.
yeah, he's a really good screamer.
It's kind of like oh my god, my brain's not working today, dude. Who's the band that sang the album Dirt? Alice in Chains. Yeah, the lead singer for Alice in Chains. Like when he first came on the scene with them, he wasn't a singer. And then whenever he finally started singing, they're like, "Holy shit, dude!" And now he's legendary,
Yeah, R.I.P.
bro. I still listen to that album, Dirt. Amazing. It's crazy how I guess how like music can be timeless
Yeah,
and it still means something too. Like that's another thing that's crazy about it is so I always listen to the oh my god, what is the whole song? Down in a Hole. Down in a Hole? By
yeah,
Alice in Chains. Yeah, so I always listen to that song and I was like, oh bro, this has got to be about his addiction to heroin, right? And then I finally recently I heard that it wasn't. It was about the lead guitarist, Jerry. It was about Jerry's dad's time in diving into like the holes in Vietnam. And it makes so much sense when you actually listen to it with that awareness. But I guess it could go both ways. It could be Lane dealing with his addictions, or it could be the other way, the war stuff. It's amazing.
it's all very subjective.
Poetry.
Poetry, y'all.
So whenever you're writing, because you sing as well, right?
Yes.
So whenever you're writing, do you have a process, or do you sing other people's stuff they've written, or how's that work?
Oh, it's very odd the way I write. Well, first of all, most of Mr. Anarchy was written when I was a 15-year-old. But I guess all the new music, it just comes down to like experiences and stuff. Like I wrote a breakup song one time and I was like, well, this is kind of cheesy, so let's switch it up a bit. You kind of start off with like a certain, topic and you just kind of start writing about it. Then you're like, well, what if I change this topic to this, but keep the same melody and stuff? Then, boom, you have a song which you didn't even know, you could write.
So do you start off with the beat?
Oh, like the music?
Yeah, like the
process?
melody, and then just kind of write from there, or do you start off with the words and then backtrack to the beat?
I guess I just write the melody first.
Yeah, that's why I had another musician on one time, Zach Smallman, and he was kind of saying the same thing. He said that they basically start with the melody, and then he said the song's basically already written once you have the melody,
Yeah.
because the words just kind of fall into place whenever you have the melody correct.
Yes, exactly.
And I find that so interesting.
Yeah.
But it's also has to do with the cadence of the way you say the words too. That's why another thing I like about Alice in Chains is whenever you're listening to the words of the stuff he's saying, it's like someone could make like a I guess like a softer melody to this, and the words would still work, but he's yelling them, and that like brings that grittiness and that pain into the song.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to some more Alice in Chains in the car after this.
Oh, Dirt, bro, that album they remastered it now on Spotify. Amazing.
I like that song, Wood. That's like my favorite Alice in Chains song.
Well, how's it go? I probably know it.
Na, 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 na.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh man, when he hits that like B section, like yeah, I was like, oh my god.
yeah. The guy's incredible. Or their whole band was incredible. If you have you ever watched his their
MTV Unplugged.
oh my god, bro, yes.
Yeah,
Like he was coming off of like a heroin binge, and it's like his last performance ever before he died. I think he died like a few weeks after that or something. But you can tell on stage he's struggling hardcore with the addiction, and he messes up on several songs, and they let him restart the songs, and you can tell everyone around him is like very supportive and stuff. But you can tell the dude's just going through it, man. Do you what do you think the industry did that to him, or what do you think was the cause of that?
I think the industry does that to people. I mean, look at Amy Winehouse. You know, they made her perform her last performance the way she was, and they kind of forced her. And unfortunately, that was her last performance. And
What they do to her? I don't know this.
they made her perform while she was tweaking, and she got booed off stage and stuff. And
Oh, I
I
didn't know
I
that.
get I feel really bad every time I think of Amy Winehouse because I think she's like one of the best vocalists ever. She is my queen, and every time I just see a random posts about her, and and it's always just her crying on stage, getting booed off, and it's like, man, that's her last performance,
That would suck.
and yeah, it's terrible. And I think that's the management's fault. It's like, hey, you shouldn't have let her perform like that.
Well, yeah, but if they canceled the show, wouldn't that be bad too? Granted, she wouldn't be filmed, being getting booed off stage, but at the same time, I
Right.
think that the people would just be like,
I think she just needed some help at that time.
yeah, they should have never let her get to that point.
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, everything about it was just manufactured just to, give us more music. You know, we're going to use you until we can't use you.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's kind of what you sign up for when you go into it, right? Especially when you sign with the label, because I understand that the label has to make money. So you're basically a cash cow to the label until you get to the point where like Post Malone is. I think Post Malone has one of like the best deals in music because he's so awesome in the way he kind of like launched himself with White Iversons. So I mean, he was like big before they signed him. But I think if you like sign a deal, they're just trying to like rape you for as much money as they can get with it and give you an advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really shady business, man. I come up with an idea a few years ago. I know people think of the word NFT now as like a negative thing, but I think NFTs have a lot of value. And I think one of the ways you could use NFTs to take back the music industry is with your streaming rights. So you find these platforms that actually pay you money, not Spotify. Spotify doesn't pay you shit for streams.
We have made a penny, well, quarter of a penny since releasing our album. We're
Yeah.
rich, by the way,
Yeah,
y'all.
right.
We made a quarter of a penny.
Yeah,
You know.
there are musicians that are actually pulling their music off. Big ones like Dub FX. He's one of my favorite musicians. He pulled all his music off because they like pay you 0.0002% per stream or something like that. It's crazy. But there are other platforms that actually do pay you money. But what you do is you link half of your streaming rights to the NFTs, and then you give those out to your fans. And right now, you probably have like your friends and family, and so then they will get money if they boost your music. So they have they like have a revenue generating asset if they actually become your marketing team. And then what you can do is you can actually turn around and resell those to bigger influencers, which is going to blow your music up even more, and they're going to be getting paid off that. So it basically has a revenue generating asset that you give to these people with platforms. And each time the NFT resells, the band gets a cut of the money. crazy, right?
Business ideas.
No, I mean it like I said, the NFTs, the way people look at them now, it's like, oh, it's a big fucking scam. It's like, no, this is a new technology that was just abused whenever it first came
I
out.
think that's pretty much all technology. I mean, if you look at AI, all I see is like, ew, AI. It's like, guys, y'all even know what y'all are talking about?
No, I freaking love AI, man. It saved me so much time.
I mean, one of my closest friends, he runs this thing called NOLA Punk Peter.
What is that?
He makes like, you know, Peter Griffin, but he's a NOLA punk and he talks about bands,
Okay. I do
I mean-
love the Peter Griffin stuff.
And it was like, some people were like giving him flack for it. I was like, dude, like, most of the people who hate AI, I think, are like only see AI in flyers and stuff. And it's like that's as far as their, knowledge of AI goes. Like, we don't want AI in our art, but like, hey guys, AI is used nowadays, to diagnose, people, whenever you have an MRI and stuff, AI will detect stuff way better than the doctor ever will. And, you gotta broaden your, vision.
Yeah, I tell people all the time because if you're not working in the AI space, like I work in it all the time now, I'm on top of it quite a bit. But I tell all the guys that I know that work in logistics, I'm like, you guys need to start working in AI, and you don't have to know everything about it, but you need to learn how to navigate it because it's gonna come and take your job. Like it's only a matter of time because AI can do logistical stuff super easy. It may not be able to like there are certain stuff like calling people and dealing with certain issues that people may have. Like it's really good at certain issues, but there are some specific stuff that it can't really handle. That's why you have to like when you call people, you have to sometimes go to through the machine first to get to the human because the machine can handle most problems. But when it comes to logistical stuff, that's basically so I have a buddy that works in shipping and he's like, AI is never going to take my job. I have to get crates from this country to this country. And I'm like, bro, AI could do your job 10 years ago. Like literally all it has to do is send an email to a place, apply for a permit and then ship this crate to it. Like it's already taken his job. I'm like, you just need to like start. I told him what he need to do. He says there's not a system yet designed specifically to do his task. And I said, well, then we need to sit down and design the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to be in control of the systems that are actually going to govern your own life.
Actually, I heard of someone doing that with music. Actually, light shows and all that. You can program your own light shows, and some guy had ChatGPT literally programmed the whole light show for them, and it came out amazingly. I mean, I'm not gonna say who it is, But I was like, wow, hell yeah, Usually,
Like I said, man, it saved me so much time, especially with this podcast. Like I still edit the long form content myself, just so I make sure it's like all smoothed out and there's no issues. But when it comes to the shorts now, I literally dump the long form content into an AI program. It chops it all up. It adds the captions on it.
dude, hell yeah.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. And you see, I'm only filming one angle here, but whenever
Yeah.
you see the shorts that come out, they'll
Like,
be
2 angles and stuff.
yeah.
That's awesome.
It's nuts, man. And then also the like I'm not a big fan of some of the stuff that Chat GPT's company's been doing, OpenAI.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's kind of like the iPhone now. Like I've spent so much money on apps and shit for this iPhone that I can never get rid of it now. Like they basically locked me in. Whereas OpenAI is kind of the same way, where I have all these different chats going, and I have all these different like I have an AI for every business that I do. So it's like my business partner. So any issue that comes up in the business, I consult with the AI first, and then I move. So I mean, it's almost like I've spent so much time programming these things that I don't want to get another AI program. Which I just need a standalone AI that like works on my own computer at home. That'd be lovely.
That would be sick.
I think I can do that too. It's just learning new stuff, Kevin.
Yeah. I'm scared of change.
I'm not scared of change. I just understand like the struggle that comes with learning new things because I've done it so many times. Like I don't know, when it comes to like editing, I learned the entire Adobe suite. So I know how to edit all the Adobe and all the softwares. And that was one of the most daunting tasks I've ever done in my life. And then, just anytime you create a new system, because you got to systematize everything, right?
Yeah.
You probably have systems for creating your music too, right?
Somewhat.
No, you'll learn. You'll get there. Yeah, I think even even with this business, like if you start looking at it like in a systemic way, you can see that it kind of moves like a machine if the right parts are in the right areas. And I think that's the whole key to actually creating a successful business.
Yeah.
And the band too, like put the right
Yes.
parts in the right spot, and it kind of operates itself, right?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that's what we did for most recently, I guess, just started like organizing ourselves. 'Cause, I mean, when we first started, it was like we were just hitting up random bands like, hey, can we play with y'all?
Did that
Hey,
work?
no.
Oh,
It was a time and period where, I mean, we were just happy to even get on a show, even if it was empty. We were just happy to even play inside of a venue.
I mean, how would someone get started though? I feel like cold calling is the only way to do it, right?
Yeah. And we're glad now that we're in the position where, we can help out, the smaller, the newer bands, get on venues or play shows with us. Cause, it sucked when we first started, we're like, hey, can we play with y'all? I was like, no, get the fuck out of here, y'all. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I never understood that mentality. It's like the crab in a bucket mentality, right? Where they don't want to help you up and they want to pull you back down.
Yeah.
Like everyone should be helping everyone. I think that's the only way to get ahead. There's a saying about this. It's if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another key is you got to find a group of people that is like-minded enough that you can actually create cool shit with.
No, yeah, most definitely. I mean, when we first started, I mean, I'm not gonna call out the bands or anything. I mean, most of the bands we play with are beautiful, amazing people. I mean, you just meet those random people that are like, band beef, like we're better than y'all. And it was like, I mean, most of the bands are dead now,
Mhm.
for obvious reasons. But it's like, dude, we're still local bands. You might get like 50 plus people at your shows. I mean, hey, look, you're also in a local band. We're playing the same venues. Same people. Be nice.
Yeah, that's why we don't really deal with bands a lot. Like the reason we had your rock band class here was because of your professor. Yeah,
Jorge.
Jorge Velasquez. Yeah, he's a comedian that comes here, and he was telling me about it. And I was like, sure, let's do it for your class. But we had some run-ins whenever we very first opened the bar up, where I was like, yeah, we can have some live music here on Saturdays. And like you're saying, some of those bands I came across, they're just impossible to deal with. And those bands aren't around anymore because of that reason. Because it wasn't they were impossible to deal with just to the external people around them. It was also an internal thing, and ended up causing them to fall apart. So yeah, now I only if a band comes to me and it's someone that I know, then I'm like, yes, let's do this, make it work. But if it's not somebody that I know, I just kind of ignore them, or I tell them to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Go somewhere you'll like Gasa Gasa.
Yeah.
What is the process of getting on their stage? Do you know?
Oh man, I used to play at Gossa Gossa a lot, but with my other band called the Goatman Express. I don't know if you ever heard of those guys.
How do I know these guys? Who else do they play with? Or who else is in that band?
Jess Curran, Jack was at in one point in that band. And Ricky.
Okay, Ricky.
I don't know his last name. They were all in the UNO rock band though.
Okay, well maybe I don't know Ricky then. I know Ricky that plays. He's in QAF. Not that Ricky.
No.
Okay, different Ricky.
But yeah, like I guess that band, Goatman Express, we actually have an album. We've been broken up for 2 years, but I finally got the ball running in mixing this album. But we used to play a lot over there, and we had some great shows. I know one time we played with this band called Bullshit Machine and Flip Fitch, and we were like 5 tickets away from selling out, the venue.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know the process of getting on that stage. It was just like
We just walked in and started performing. We're
Yeah.
like, we're Goatman Express. Let us on the stage.
yeah. Oh, Jess, our bass player at the time, she managed the band, so I was like, cool. I mean, I get to just show up and play.
So what happened with that band?
We just broke up.
It was you, wasn't it? You did something. What'd you do? What'd you do, Kevin?
I spent the band fund on Grey Goose.
Everything they made at Gasa, put it on the Goose.
Yeah. I mean, guys, that's the only way to success, by the way. I mean, just keep drinking Grey Goose. If you black out enough times, you're just going to wake up like, oh shit, I'm successful.
I do see people in this city that drink a lot. And my body doesn't process alcohol. So when it comes to like drinking, one shot will give me a hangover tomorrow.
Jesus.
It's sad, dude. It really is. I drink quite a bit when I was in college and stuff, but the hangovers didn't hit me as hard. Now, if I just like look at alcohol wrong, it's like fuck you.
Yeah, and I like just started off this podcast by dumping a whole red Solo cup of Grey Goose into my pumpkin spice latte.
I mean, it makes sense, dude. You're in a band. I feel like that's part of it, right?
Yeah, we're all alcoholics in the band.
Yeah, they don't see it on camera, but there's actually Coke right over there with hookers.
Yeah.
We're going to hit that whenever we get off here.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be awesome.
The e-girl hookers with cocaine on them.
Yes. Motley
So-
Crue style.
So do you use AI for stuff? I know you said you're a fan of it, but I mean, with the creative process, I'm sure you're still doing it manually, right?
Yeah, creatively, I'm not going to let AI, do anything. But like the way I use AI is mostly for school. I think it's awesome. I'll have get like a long, study guide, and I'll just toss it in ChatGPT. He's like, hey, summarize this and show me key points. And it's like, oh, this is easy now. Or like, show me a different way to view this. And please, you always gotta say please, even if it's AI. And boom, it makes things easier, makes things smoother.
Okay, if you summarize things, do you think you're actually missing content? Because that's the one thing people worry about a lot is that if we're using AI to teach us, not only to teach us, but to do our work for us in college, that we're going to be missing the education part.
No, man. I mean, some professors still even use AI.
Well, yeah, I mean, I see everyone do. I saw a news article the other day that had at the bottom of it, it was like the Chat GPT thing where it's like, I can do this and this and this. And it's like, they don't even take the time to take that shit out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everyone's using it, but can it be used wrong is I guess what I'm getting at here.
Most definitely. I had a friend. I mean, we're still talking about it because I think it'd be funny and it would be a good, revenue stream. We're thinking about like, yo, what if we like make AI OF girls and just like,
I think it's already a thing, isn't it?
dude, no. Someone's taking my money away now.
Oh yeah, you've already missed that
No.
trend. Even the e-girl thing. Like if you see an e-girl online, it could be a dude that's just with a VR. They can't see in here.
Oh no.
Yeah, the like glazed over the windows. So it's just like I can see out, but they can't see in.
I was like waving at that chick and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I sit here all the time and just kind of people watch, and they have no idea. And it's so crazy how vain people are.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like there's no posters in that window over there. Like you can see them here; they're looking at posters and they walk by. But if you see them over there, they're literally looking at themselves and they walk by. It's almost, I don't know, scary.
Yeah.
Like-
I can see her, but she can't see me.
Well, not that part. I'm talking about like the vanity part where people are just like always checking themselves out in the mirror. Like anytime there's a mirror, people are like, oh,
Yeah. I do that a lot.
oh, do you?
Yeah.
And do you like what you see?
No. So I'm in the gym.
Why do you look at yourself constantly then if you don't like what you see?
Because sometimes I get a crazy pump and I'm like, yeah, look at that.
Dude, I miss those days. Like when I was in college working out. That seems like that was the best time. Like when you get to be my age, young man, like it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
I remember telling my high school teacher, yo, when I just turned 18, I was like, I'm going to be 18 forever. I think I'm doing it. Just until I turned 21. I was like, wait, I'm going to be 21 forever instead.
I would say wait until you hit 30 and then report back. I think that was like the shifting point for me.
When the frontal lobe fully develops.
Well, yeah, that's like 26. But I mean, I think for us in our modern lives, and for me, I was such an active kid and an active, I guess, young adult because I played basketball in college. That whenever I stopped playing basketball, I just started working out, and I wasn't really doing too much legs, too much cardio. So I lost that super quick. And then whenever I went back and tried to play basketball again, just like some recreational stuff, did not have it. I was not used to it. So, I mean, I think that stuff goes downhill quick. So if I had any recommendations to young people out there, it's get in the gym now and stay in the gym. Like you You don't have to do too much, like maybe 3 or 4 days a week, but just do something active to like keep your body moving. Because if you don't keep moving, you'll lose it.
Yeah, use it or you lose it.
That's right. I think that goes for like celibate people too.
Okay. I need to fuck more, dude.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna. I mean, well, I'm sure, like masturbation counts, but at the same time, it's like I wonder if that actually, if that same saying works. We need to ask some monks.
I need to like make an experiment. I'm gonna only masturbate for a year straight every day. And then I'm gonna fuck every day for a year straight and see the difference.
Yeah, and you can report back on that one too.
We'll be back in 2 years for the science experiment.
Well, then I think you have to just go celibate for a whole year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that has to be your what's it called whenever you do an experiment?
Oh yeah, the controlled.
The control, yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Ansari will be very proud when he heard me say controlled experiment. But yeah, shit, that's a 3-year long
Or you could probably just find somebody that has already done it, kind of like a monk or something. I don't think he's like banged anyone for a whole year straight.
We could just go, find like gamers or something. Like, hey, you look like a gamer.
What do you think gamers? Oh, you think they're celibate?
Yeah.
What are they called? Incels?
Yeah.
Involuntary celibate?
We're gonna find some incels and be like, all right, yo, just keep doing exactly what you're doing, but you're gonna report to us every day.
Just keep on streaming, baby. All right, let's see one more of these questions. Let's see. What's the first memory of music you can remember or know of? What are some of the songs, bands you remember around the age of 5 or prior? Well, that's a specific question.
Yeah, that's a very sus question. But
why around 5? Like, what's
my memory is very jaded, y'all. But man, I guess the first memory of music ever. There's many important moments for music for me, but a very important moment was when my dad put on this burnt CD of Spanish rock en español, and I was like intrigued so much by it that I listened to it every day, and I think it was like 3 hours straight of just Spanish rock. And I was listening to that every day. One of my most important moments in music though was when I first heard the band NoFX.
Yeah, I saw that on here too. What is that? I never heard of this band.
It's a band.
I heard of Dub FX, but not NoFX.
No, NoFX is the best band ever made. But man, actually, it's funny why I even made music. I was 18, and I was working at the subway on Airline Highway, and I just knew from the get-go, the moment I turned 18, I got my job. I was like, fuck, this is going to be the rest of my life. I'm going to be working. And I had a dream. Fat Mike walked up in the store and he got himself a vegetarian Subway sandwich. Mind you, he didn't pay for it, but I was like, Fat Mike, what do I do? And, mind you, I haven't heard of NoFX at all. Like, I just heard like Linoleum once and that was it. And Fat Mike was like, start a punk band, dude. He grabbed a sandwich and just walked out the store. And I woke up because at the time, all I did was listen to heavy metal. And so I was like, I need to make a punk band. I need to make a punk band. I need to make a punk band. And, man, it was because of a dream that Fat Mike told me start a punk band. And he stole a vegetarian sandwich.
Why a punk band and not a rock band, though?
I have no idea.
I mean, you did it. I don't care what Fat Mike says. It's your subconscious talking to you, right?
Yeah. I don't know why my subconscious told me to start a punk band, but I was like, fuck it. We're starting a punk band from now on. And
what would Rage Against the Machine be? Would they be considered rock or would they be considered punk?
I have no idea. I only know one Rage Against the Machine song. I don't listen to much punk, y'all. I listen to a lot of country and a lot of classical.
Which is also strange that you listen to country and classical yet make other types of music.
Guys, country music, y'all. Outlaw country music specifically. Hank Williams Jr., David Allan Coe.
Like old school country.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to some new school. I mean, I like, well, I guess Alan Jackson doesn't count, but like,
It's still
Yeah.
old school.
some Toby Keith.
No, it's still old school.
Fuck. I
Who's the new guy that does like country and rap mixed together?
don't know. I listen to real country.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's a good blend. I forgot the guy's name though. My dad sent it to me. I didn't know who the guy even was, but they went to this concert and I was like, who the heck is that? I think he was performing with that big fat dude.
Jelly Roll?
Yeah. He's performing with him for a bit.
That's coworker music, dude.
Coworker music? What is that?
Just coworker music.
What does that mean?
Okay, time to explain to the boomers what coworker music is. It's just music no one likes, and it's like only your coworker would listen to that.
Oh, so it's music that you don't agree with.
Yes.
So therefore you think it's bad for everyone,
Yeah, but like,
which is the problem with your generation.
but I'm right because I'm cool.
Why can't everyone just coexist and like what they like?
Because they have to like what I like.
See, and I think this is what's it's going to hurt your generation. Like I understand that you're playing a character and like you're in a punk band and stuff, but I find this attitude from so many young people these days. It's like, oh, if you don't like what I like, then you're wrong. And it's like that's not exactly how the world works.
I'm gonna break character real quick. You're 100% right. I've met so many people like that, and it's kind of like, and it's what's the reason why our world is so fucked up now? Because like, hey, why would you call me that? You know, especially nowadays. I mean, let's get political, I guess now. Like the word Nazi being thrown around nowadays. You disagree with someone, you're automatically a Nazi. It's like, guys, that takes away from the real word of what it is. It's like, guys, not just because that guy disagrees with you doesn't make you a Nazi. Like I got called a Nazi the other day for being a Christian, which was like, what the fuck are you on about? I should slap you.
What were the Nazis? Were they Christian?
No, I don't know.
Do they have religion?
I have no idea, man. I think they were Catholic, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, no real Catholic would have done shit like that.
Well, I mean, there is the theory out there that no shit was even done. So,
Yeah.
and this is going to get me called one of those Nazi words.
Yeah. Guys, mind you, I'm not a Nazi, okay? We have a song called Kill a Nazi.
Well, I mean, even if you were, like, who gives a shit? Like, you can still believe what you believe and still coexist as long as you're not out killing people, right?
That is true.
That's kind of my thought about it is like, be whoever you want to be as long as you're not interrupting someone else's life or hurting someone else's property or hurting someone else.
Or just being a nuisance.
I mean, I think there's even room for that at some points. Like whenever people come in the bar and they're drunk, a lot of times they're a nuisance.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still like,
There's like a weird gray line for everything, I guess,
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like damaging people. Like, why is anyone dying anymore? Why are we still doing wars, Kevin? That makes no sense to me.
Money.
Like, yeah, that's what it has to be. It has to be a profit driven thing.
Everything's manufactured,
And it has to
even
be
rebellion, the rebellion that everyone has, that's manufactured rebellion right there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even like the 5th of November, dude.
I don't know what that is.
Remember the 5th of November. It's Guy Fawkes. The Guy Fawkes mask with the white mask. He like blew up Parliament or had a plan to blow up Parliament. And then someone turned him in last minute.
No idea. I don't watch the news, y'all.
I mean, this is old.
Oh,
Yeah, this is called history.
I only watch the History Channel at 1 a.m. All right.
Well, so it's also, but it's scary that you don't know this because I think that if you actually like dive into education, you can sway like the entire balance of the population by just changing the history books a little bit. That way, the younger generation doesn't know one or two things that could influence them to think a certain way. So, like for instance, when it comes to the Guy Fawkes character, that teaches you rebellion, right? This guy he didn't like the taxation, didn't like what was going on in Parliament. So he's like, you know what? No one's doing anything about this. So fuck it. I'm just going to blow them all up. And then they actually caught him. So they kind of made an example out of him. But at the same time, knowing that story opens you up to do something about the government corruption.
like in Mexico, I mean, they're finally standing up to that president they got, and well, after that governor was assassinated, and, I'm glad to see them, take arms and be like, hey, get out of here, you narco president.
Do you think it's going to happen in the U.S.?
That's a good question, man.
And you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Uh, I think because I know a few politicians myself. I mean, I think I think it has to do mostly with the sponsors, I guess.
Yeah, the lobbyist.
Because I mean, really, you don't really work for the people. You work for the people who pay for you to be on there, which really sucks. I mean, because there's some really good people out there who try to do good things, but it, I like the way that one of my friends described it. You are a child in the playground once you get to politics. You win, you make it to the playground, but everyone else is doing kind of their own thing, and it's really hard to unify everyone.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you can look at it right now with the legislation that just passed or all the government shutdown bullshit. And then they snuck in like that last bit of legislation in the back door for the hemp stuff. So they basically all hemp products that we sell a ton of, by the way, mind you, so much hemp products. Because people love that shit. Because once again, it doesn't give you a hangover like alcohol does. And it still makes you feel elated and it gives you a good feeling. But yes, apparently our government doesn't want that to be a thing. And like I said, I have the fucking numbers to prove that people want it to be a thing. And you would think that with the capitalistic society, that where your money goes is that's kind of how it operates, right? Like where you put your money is where things actually move. But I guess somebody's putting their money in a politician's pocket a little more.
Yeah, I think one of these hemp companies just has to put enough money in a few politicians' pockets and boom, legalize hemp.
Yeah, but dude, that's so wrong. This is my main goal on life. And I've never told anyone this. My main goal on this planet Earth while I'm here is to reimagine government.
That's a very cool goal.
Yes. And I've already got the system built. It's not built, it's planned out. It's on paper. It's a white paper, but it's already like built and will sit over the top of our current form of government and will regulate our current form of government. We're taught that we have a 3-body system and each body is supposed to regulate each other, but that doesn't account for the lobbyist and paying politicians off. But the system that I've created will actually battle that. So anytime a politician votes opposite what their constituents want, you'll get notified of it. So it actually brings all this stuff to light. Where right now
it makes accountability.
Accountability, yes. So right now they're going crazy in the Senate. Like if you would have had this system designed like a month ago, whenever the government was shutting down, and you sent a mass text message out or a mass message through the app out to the American people and said, do you think the government should not get paid while they're shut down, or the politicians? And I think everyone would have said yes to that. And then you just nixed their pay. I bet you money they would have been back in the office working the next week.
Yeah, I mean, they have too much fucking benefits too. Like, why do you need like a fully paid off gym membership when you're in Congress? Like,
well, I mean that, and you also shouldn't be there when you're 90 years old.
Yeah.
Like we actually have studies on that your cognitive decline starts happening at a certain age. So, I mean, you should be out of politics at that point in time.
Yeah, elder abuse, man. Some families just keep them in there. Just like keep going in there. We're gonna make money off you.
It's all money, bro. It's all money. Kevin Cortez, where can the people find you at?
Ooh, there's a lot of spots. You can either find me at a Starbucks sipping on a pumpkin spice latte, at Petco because I'm banned from PetSmart. You can find me at retirement homes watching a shopping channel with the old women. That's a thing I really like to do.
Specifically, where can the people find you at online?
Official.KevinCortez helped me get to 15,000 followers.
Dope, and I'll link that below the podcast. And they can find you on all music platforms, or
if you do see me though, invite me to watch some Tim Burton movies, specifically Sweeney Todd. I have a crush on Miss Lovett.
Yes, look for his band on Spotify, and the band's name is
Code Black.
Code Black. Kevin Cortez, thank you for coming in today, sir.